It's money that will help several families struggling to put rent back on in their bank accounts. The Christchurch Methodist mission is making the most of a grant from the Christchurch City Council, and just in time for winter. Here's Chelsea Daniels.
The Christchurch Methodist mission have taken another huge leap to help provide rental housing for the city's homeless. The council has agreed to allocate $130,000 to help the Methodist mission to find private rental housing for homeless youth and young families.
We've been particularly concerned about some of the most vulnerable people in the city who are currently homeless. And we've heard stories of young people who are living in garages or in abandoned buildings, and this provides an opportunity for them to have a home.
She says that rental prices in Christchurch have skyrocketed 25% since the earthquakes, which is making it much more difficult for low-income families to find a safe and secure home.
The demand is huge, and obviously this is only 6 houses. It's certainly not going to solve the housing crisis in Christchurch, but it is going to provide a home to some of our most vulnerable young people and young families.
The mission is working with young organisations and the Ministry of Social Development to find the most vulnerable cases.
Typical family might be somebody, we know that our social workers are working with families where there's 2 or 3 families actually living together in one house. We've got families where they're living out of their car but parked up a relative's driveway, so the children might sleep inside at night but all the belongings are in the car, and the parents will sleep out in the car at night times.
She says that housing seriously impacts the parenting of children, placing a lot of strain on relationships.
If I talk to our social workers about what's impacting on the families with whom they're working, they say it's housing. They might get a referral from a school saying there's some issues around parenting with this family. They'll go and start working with the family and then see the housing situation that they're living in.
Deputy Mayor Vicky Buck says the growing number of people in our city who are not able to find safe and secure housing is unacceptable. She says that these people have very real and immediate needs, and that the council jumped on the opportunity to help. Jill also suggests a way that the government can make a huge difference in these families' lives.
One very simple call that we have made to the government is to increase the accommodation supplement that many of these families are eligible for, because currently the accommodation allowance that's paid here is significantly lower than what's paid in Auckland, and it's something very simple that the government could do to actually take the pressure off many of our low-income families.
In December last year, the council vowed to work with a number of different partners to stop the growing problem of homelessness in Christchurch, and Jill hopes the problem will be solved sooner rather than later.
The hopes for the future is that everybody will have access to warm, secure and affordable housing and a place to call home.
The project will see 6 houses accommodated, 3 for young people and 3 for homeless families with young children.